your community, your family.
Channel. I'm Jazmin Sanchez. Today is Friday, February 2nd, and look who we have here. We have a special guest today. I don't know if you guys can see what this says, but today is Groundhog's Day. Happy Groundhog's Day to everybody. It is also early spring, and I don't know about you, but that makes me extremely excited. And what does it mean that today is early spring day? It means that the groundhog did not see its shadow this past Friday. So if you're like me and you're sick of winter's cold, this will probably make you happy. In this month of February, the nation is looking at above normal temperatures as a whole. So happy Groundhog's Day, everybody, and we will have a special guest today during our morning segment. Now let's go ahead and get started with this morning with our Wenatchee Heights camera near the cross. Good morning to everybody viewing us today from the Wenatchee Valley. What a beautiful view this morning. Look at all the lights. I always love seeing all these sparkles. We can see the bridge going to East Wenatchee or to Wenatchee, depending on where you are headed this morning. And it looks as if there is no snow. How exciting. It definitely is looking like an early spring. We have a view of the river, of the Columbia River here, and we do have traffic probably heading to work this morning or to the regular day-to-day activities. We are seeing foggy in the sky. We do have a foggy day today, but there is no snow. It is currently not raining, so I hope that everybody is having a wonderful day this morning. Now moving on to our Omi Gardens camera in Wenatchee. Wow, what a foggy view. You can barely see and make up some of these city lights down below in the city near Omi Gardens. This is the Omi Gardens camera we are looking at this morning. There's not a lot to see here, so how about we go on to our next camera. Let's take a look at our Cascadian camera this morning, and this camera is just down the road on the one-way clear. The sky is looking pretty clear and there's not so much traffic at the moment. Like I say, good morning to all our viewers this morning. No snow, we don't have any rain at the moment. What a beautiful view. Now let's head over to our NCW live camera overlooking the Federal Building. That is just right across the street from us at the Federal Building. We have a clear view. If you look at the far left side, we do have fog, and you can see what I believe looks like snow in the mountain or fog. I can't tell exactly what it is. Besides that, the roads are looking dry. Those are extremely good driving conditions this morning, but I always tell everybody to be safe on your way to work. Now it looks as if we are going from mild and rainy weather to cooler and showery temperatures. The temperatures will gradually cool to seasonal values by the weekend, and widespread light valley rain and mountain snow through the week into the weekend. Thursday through Friday, valleys and lowlands, we are expected to have weather between the 40s and 50s, and up in the mountains to 40 degrees. And looking at Saturday through Sunday, we are expected to have about 40-degree temperature, up in the mountains 30 to 40s. Frozen ground struggling to soak up recent rain. Now let's take a look at our National Weather Service with a 7-day forecast. For tonight, we are expecting patchy fog between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., otherwise partly sunny, with a high near of 47 degrees. That is the highest number that we have seen in the past few weeks. The highest temperature that we had as soon as 46, and it looks like we may have 47-degree weather today, so let's take advantage, and that definitely explains the early spring. Light and variable wind. For tonight, we should expect partly cloudy weather with a low around 35. Northwest wind 3 to 6 miles per hour. For Saturday, partly sunny with a high near of 45 degrees. Northwest wind around 6 miles per hour. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a low of around 34 degrees. Northwest wind 3 to 5 miles per hour. For Sunday, a 30% chance of rain is expected. Patchy fog before 9 a.m. and snow level 2,200 feet. Otherwise, we are expecting expected to see partly sunny weather with a high near of 41 degrees Fahrenheit, light northwest wind. For Sunday night, a 10% chance of rain after 4 a.m., patchy fog between 9 and 10 p.m. Snow level is at 2,200 feet, otherwise mostly cloudy with a low of around 34. Monday, we are expected to see a 30% chance of rainfall, mainly between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. and snow level at 2,300 feet, mostly cloudy with a high near of 41 degrees. Monday night, a slight chance of rain before 10 p.m., then a slight chance of rain after 4 a.m. The snow level is at 2,500 feet expected for Monday night, mostly cloudy with a low of around 34 degrees, and we have a chance of rain during nighttime for 20%. Moving on to Tuesday, a 20% chance of rain before 10 a.m. Snow level at 1,900 feet, rising to 24 feet in the afternoon. Partly sunny with a high near of 43. If we can just look at those numbers for this coming week, we are experiencing warmer weather, which is wonderful. I hope that we stay that way. And for Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a low of around 31 degrees. For Wednesday, partly sunny is expected during the day with a high near of 42 degrees. And for Wednesday night, a 10% chance of snow. Snow level would be at 1,900 feet, partly cloudy with a low of around 29. Thursday, snow level 1,200 feet, rising to 1,700 feet in the afternoon. Mostly sunny with a high near of 41, and the chance of precipitation is at 20%. We are expected to have a low temperature of about 30 degrees. So there we have it. That is a 7-day weather forecast for us for the weather for the next couple of days. Now, coming up on the show, we do have news for you, as we do as for sports. And for our news section, an East Wenatchee man is dead by gunshot, and sheriff's deputies say they're investigating it as a homicide. Later on in the show, we will have Dr. Maria Morales Sanchez. She is a community leader, a scholar, and she is now the new program manager at CAFE. CAFE is a local nonprofit located here actually in the south side of Wenatchee. They do wonderful work for our community and have many programs and services to offer for everybody. We spoke to her recently, so stay tuned with us to hear the complete interview and what she has to tell us during later on in the show. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and coming up next is our local news. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Come see how very different you will feel in your Bullfrog Spa.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota compact and utility tractors. Rated #1 in durability and owner experience, they're built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota tractors for 0 down, 2.99% APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying snow attachments. See your local Kubota dealer today.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Welcome back to the show, and thank you for staying with us. If you missed the first part of our show, today is officially Groundhog's Day, so we do have a special and very cute friend with us this morning. Now we have some news for you, so get ready and stay tuned in with us. A East Wenatchee man is dead by gunshot, and sheriff's deputies say they're investigating it as a homicide. The discovery was made early this morning, about midnight, when the Douglas County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to check on the welfare of a man lying unresponsive near a parked vehicle in the 1700 block of Rock Island Road. The male, described as a 35-year-old East Wenatchee resident, was found dead from a gunshot wound. His identity has not yet been released. The area around Rock Island Road and South Kentucky Avenue was closed for several hours while sheriff's detectives and the Washington State Patrol investigated the scene. Deputies say it's an active homicide investigation, and anyone with information is asked to contact their office at 888-6822. The Wenatchee School District has set 2 dates for public hearings to receive testimony about the proposed closure of Columbia Elementary School. The hearings are scheduled for Thursday, March 21st and Thursday, April 18th. Both will be held in the Wenatchee High School Commons at 6 p.m. and will be live streamed and recorded on the district's YouTube channel. Community members may provide in-person testimony during the hearings, where there will also be Spanish translation support, both for participants giving testimony and for the audience. School districts are required by state law to have a 90-day period before their final decision on a school closure. Those 90 days begin at the February 13th regular school board meeting, and the board is expected to take action at the May 14th meeting. An appeals court today overturned the vehicular assault case against a Wenatchee woman who struck a pedestrian in the Walmart parking lot, saying her conviction amounted to double jeopardy. Kelly Diane Gleason was convicted of vehicular assault and second-degree assault for striking a 74-year-old man with her car in the store's parking lot after an argument in 2021. The Washington Court of Appeals ruled today the 2 convictions penalized Gleason for the same crime, and the Chelan County Prosecutor's Office agreed the vehicular assault charge should be stricken. However, Gleason's 15-month sentence for the conviction remains uncharged. The Washington Supreme Court will decide next week whether to take up the case of a long-delayed second trial for rape. Blake Alexander Badgley of Cashmere in 2021 of third-degree rape, but the Chelan County jury could not reach a verdict on a charge of second-degree rape arising from the same incident. The Chelan County Prosecutor's Office has sought to retry Badgley on that count, but the Court of Appeals denied that request. The lead appellate judge, George Fearing, said then Deputy Prosecutor Julia Hartnell acted unethically by charging Badgley twice with the same crime. Prosecutors argue that finding is improper and want the Supreme Court to approve a retrial. The court is expected to decide on Tuesday whether to hear the case. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife discovered a phenomenal outbreak in the population of bighorn sheep in the northern Hills Canyon in December. The bacterial infection is deadly to sheep of all ages. This is one of the multiple outbreaks to have occurred in the Hills Canyon area within the last century, and several past outbreaks of the disease have been linked to contact with domestic livestock. Similar outbreaks have occurred in bighorn populations in Chelan and Kittitas counties. Unfortunately, there is no current treatment or cure for the bacteria. Fish and Wildlife can only monitor the sheep population and hope that they fare through it decently well. Thanks for being with us this morning. If the schedule currently does not fit your schedule and you can't join us in the morning news, we do have evening news at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. And if that wasn't enough, we also have other options for you. You can visit us at ncwlife.com to view any live shows or to view our past segments. And you can also visit us on Facebook and on our YouTube page. And if you are watching us right now and you do have a smartphone, you can take a picture of this code and scan it, and it will take you directly to our app, where you can also watch our live segments. And we invite everybody, if you have any news that you feel in your heart that is newsworthy for the station, for the community to know, please send us an email at news@ncwlife.com. And I'll just say it again, and it's also here on the screen, news@ncwlife.com, to send us any details with that. Coming up, we do have sports for you, and we are going on a break. See you right back.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Check out ClubProCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. And now coming up, we have sports for you. A new era began yesterday with the Seattle Seahawks. 36-year-old Mike McDonald was introduced as the new head coach to replace Pete Carroll. The introduction was made by General Manager John Schneider.
So on behalf of Jody Allen and all of the 12s and everybody that's near and dear to my heart in this building, I want to introduce Mike McDonald as the new head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. So.
McDonald admits it's been a whirlwind this week after losing in the AFC Championship game last weekend to find himself in Seattle. He says he and his family are more than ready for this challenge.
This is a humbling feeling that I'm feeling right now in front of everybody, and I want to, especially everybody in the organization in the back. This is pretty cool. Just it feels like we're in this thing together, and this is a responsibility that my wife and I we take extremely seriously. We from afar, we're East Coast folks, but we've grown up on the East Coast, but we do have family out here in the area, and we've seen this organization operate from afar, and I've had nothing but respect for the ownership, especially John, how they've operated, Coach Carroll, the ability to compete for championships at a consistent pace, and how they play and the spirit of the players has been something that I respect a lot. And going through the process and meeting John and the leadership team, the first thing that really popped to me was the parallels of the organization that I've been working for 10 years, and where I've really grown into the person and the man and the coach that I am today. And that was extremely appealing to me. And to hear John talk about people and how important that is, was the driving force of why we want to be here.
McDonald follows the winningest coach in Seahawks history in Pete Carroll. He says he's always admired Carroll from afar, but will be his own man in Seattle.
Pete has a great personality, but it's his and it's authentic to who he is as a person. I think that's why the players resonate with him and why he has such a great reputation and his track record is what it is. I have a different personality, you know, and you'll get to know me, but my plan is to be myself every day. And you're just going to get me, you know. So it's not a facade. There's no alter agendas or anything like that. But it's all about what's the best interest for the team, what's the best interest for the players, and how we can be successful. And there's a sense of humor in there. I promise. You know, some people like it more than others, but it'll come out. But it's just if you're trying to be somebody you're not, it's one, it's exhausting, and two, people see right through it.
McDonald comes to Seattle after being the defensive coordinator in Baltimore under John Harbaugh. He also served the same position at Michigan with Jim Harbaugh. He says he learned a lot working with the brothers.
Those guys are some of the most authentic, competitive people I've ever been around. And the players know when it's real, and they love their players, and they have their players' backs, and they're willing to do whatever it takes, you know, to put them in a position to succeed. And sometimes it's tough love, but it's telling them the truth, being respectful. They go about it two completely different ways, but they end up in the same spot.
McDonald says he is already underway in the search for his coaching staff, as well as addressing free agency with the Seahawks organization and the potential to bring other players in. Eastern Washington had a miserable shooting night in a road loss at Montana State in men's college basketball last night. Eastern shot less than 50% from the field and was 2 of 18 from beyond the arc in a 70-60 loss. Casey Jones was one of only 2 players in double figures with 12 points for the Eagles. Jadiah Martin's 3-point attempt at the buzzer missed, and Eastern Washington's woman fell to Montana State 62-61. The Bobcats' Taylor Jansen hit a 3-pointer with just under a minute to go to put Montana State up for good. All 5 starters for 19th ranked Gonzaga were in double figures last as the Bulldogs beat San Diego 80-52. Brenna Maxwell led the way for the Zags with 19 points. A busy weekend is ahead for the women. Starts tonight with Washington State hosting 6th-ranked Colorado at 7 p.m. on the Pac-12 network. Washington hosts number 12, Utah, also at 7 on the Pac-12 network. Gonzaga stays in the kennel tomorrow afternoon with a 2 o'clock tip against Pacific in ESPN News. Montana visits Eastern Washington, also at 2 on ESPN+. The Pac-12 ladies switch for Sunday with Colorado at Washington and Utah at Washington State. Both games start at noon with the broadcast on the Pac-12 network. The men play tomorrow with Eastern at Montana at 6 o'clock on ESPN+. Washington plays host to Washington State, also at 6 on the Pac-12 network. Gonzaga hosts St. Mary's tomorrow night at 7:30 on ESPN. The Wenatchee Wild have 2 road games in Western Hockey League play this weekend, beginning tonight. Wenatchee's on the road at Kamloops tonight to face the Blazers at 7 o'clock. The Wild return to Washington Sunday for a game at Everett at 4:05. You can hear the call on radio locally with Austin Jade on 560 KPQ. The Wenatchee girls bowling team brought home hardware from the state bowling tournament for the 2nd year in a row. Wenatchee took 4th at Bolero and Tukwila yesterday, finishing behind state champion Kamakan, Emerald Ridge, and Skyview. Eastmont finished 5th, just 89 pins behind the Panthers. Checking the Leshaw Prep Boys basketball scoreboard from last night. Chelan edged Kashmir. Caribou Trail League play 53-47. Quincy bounced Cascade 69-20. Pateros downed Wilson Creek 59-44. Moses Lake Christian cruised by Cascade Christian 77-33. In girls play, Kashmir dominated Chelan 64-24. Quincy got by Cascade 34-29. Pateros Prep Wilson Creek 53-9. Cascade Christian earned a 30-18 win over Moses Lake Christian. On tonight's schedule for the girls, it's Eastmont at Eisenhower. Moses Lake hosts West Valley, and Ephrata plays at Sela. All those games start at 5:45 p.m. Waterville Mansfield hosts Riverside Christian at 6 p.m. The B schedule tonight for the boys has Lake Roosevelt at Columbia, Burbank at 6 p.m., while Manson hosts Tenasket. Okanagan visits Liberty Bell, and Thorpe hosts Soap Lake. The Waterfield Manson boys take on Riverside Christian tonight at 7:30 p.m. In Big 9 play tonight, Eastmont visits Eisenhower at 7, while Moses Lake hosts West Valley. In Seawalk play, Ephrata plays at Sela at 7 o'clock. The schedule for Saturday is pretty skimpy, with Brewster hosting the Manson girls at 6 p.m., while Liberty Bell visits Lake Roosevelt. There's only one boys game Saturday, with Wilson Creek hosting Thorpe at 3:30 p.m. And for district wrestling, tournaments get underway today in Yakima for the District 5 2A schools. That will be held in the Sun Dome beginning at 9 o'clock this morning. The District 6, 1A, and B schools will battle on the mats at Omak High School tomorrow starting at 10. The District 6 4A boys tournament is at Wenatchee High School tomorrow at 11, and the girls will wrestle at Eisenhower also at 11. Now, thank you so much for our platinum sponsors, proud sponsors of NCW Live for Heat and Air. Call Alpine Air, platinum sponsors for NCW Live channel. Coming up next, you are able to see Mike McNulty's opinion, followed by a very interesting conversation that we had with a young community leader, scholar, and now the new program manager at CAFE, a nonprofit organization in Wenatchee. Coming up next, we have a wonderful conversation with Dr. Maria Morales Sanchez. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
It's cold outside, and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging in Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging in Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs. Imagine a science project being done on the kitchen table. Feel the excitement on Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs to form memories that cannot be erased. Listen for the laughter coming from the next room. Put your family in a new home to make these visions become reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade. Use the Move Meter entering 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on the cost of living and other factors. Make your dream place a reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade today.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNulty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently posted a picture on Facebook, a Throwback Thursday pic of my son and Tony and I in Mexico some years ago. In the pic, Tony and I are having a beer, and I'm holding a cigar. A friend posted, "Nice picture, except for the nasty cigar." Well, I beg to differ. Sure, cigar smoking could be considered a questionable activity, but the hours of relaxation cigars have given me and the opportunities smoking one has provided for me to just spend a quiet hour reading a good book, has been worth any nastiness some might attribute to the cigar. At least that's in my opinion. Now, the Bible says all things in moderation, and the peace and relaxation a cigar brings is a pleasant life interlude. Of course, Rosie says 3 times a week is not moderation, but I beg to differ. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everyone's entitled to my opinion.
The day after I met her, I called and asked her to go on a date with me, and we came to Abby's Pizza for our first date.
Eating it across from each other, I'll never forget it. This place is special.
It's barbecue chicken pizza season at Abby's Legendary Pizza, baby. Featuring our flavorful pizza sauce and a 3-cheese blend, layered with BBQ sauce, chicken, and onions. Order your hot and fresh feast now at abbys.com. A legendary pizza tradition.
Hey man, how's it going?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Your home runs on hot water. From the kitchen, to the bath, to the laundry. So Rheem offers a wide variety of water heaters, from traditional models to ones smart enough to tell you how much hot water is available. On second thought, perhaps the laundry can wait.
Come see how very different you will feel in your Bullfrog Spa.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Welcome back to the show, and thank you for staying with us. You are watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Jazmin Sanchez, and today I would love to extend a very warm welcome to our very own Dr. Maria Morales Sanchez. If you do not know who she is, she's an amazing community leader, scholar, and she is now currently the program manager at Cafe. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's what an honor to be here.
Thank you so much. We are going to get here started. I have heard so much about you, Dr. Maria Morales, and when you sent me over all the documents with your bio and your cover letter resume, I thought, wow, she has so much experience. She has done such amazing work, and I would love to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself and give us a brief background of what it is that you have done.
Thank you so much. First of all, it's such a pleasure to be here. Es un honor to be here. Well, a little bit about my background, and thank you for the opportunity to speak here and share a little bit about me. I think I'll begin with saying that, well, I am a proud immigrant from Mexico. I crossed the border, so I'm a first generation. I came when I was 5 years old, raised in California until I was the age of 16. And then at that age, we moved to Kashmir, Washington. It's a little Kashmir, Washington from the East Bay in California. But my maternal side of the family was already here. My grandparents, proud granddaughter of Baldomero Sanchez, Araviña, saludos. So we moved out here and graduated from Kashmir High School. I've have a lot of love and connections to this valley, to this area. I left to college and had been doing all the things, going to school. I went to Eastern, WSU, and I had jobs out of the valley. And I left here, and I just moved back about 2 years ago with the purpose of reconnecting back and giving back to this community, and also spending more time with my family, who they all live here, mom and uncles and aunts and grandparents and cousins, and most of it. I do have family outside of this region, but yeah, it's a little bit of that introduction.
And how do you feel, Dr. Maria, being back in the Valley?
I was definitely that young person in high school that when I graduated and went to college, I said, I'm never coming back here. Not that I didn't like it here, but at that time, it's a small town and you're young. You don't have access, or you don't feel like you have access to a lot of things. So I never thought that I would move back to live here. At least not this soon, although it's been a while since I left. But now that I've been here, I feel really grateful to be here. I mean, living here as an adult, after having gone through professional experiences and personal experiences, it's a different feeling to learn what's going on here, to engage and connect to community, but also just feel really grateful that I'm here because I get to spend more time with my grandparents, with my mom, with my sibling, right? I have a brother in Tacoma, but everybody else is here. It's just mostly the opportunity to spend the day-to-day, to be able to visit my grandparents, and they're getting older, and so I'm just really grateful that I get to be here, and also to see how this valley has grown. There is so much more here than when I was in high school, when I graduated, and when I left, to college. Just to see the emerging leaders and to see the organizations that have been just sort of popping up, right, and doing such good work, events, and also after living in Pullman and Cheney, I lived in Lacey, I've lived in Olympia, I lived in Tacoma. All those places have beautiful things, but this area and the mountains and the rivers, there's just no place like it. So I'm just really grateful that I had the opportunity to be back.
I honestly couldn't agree more. Have you guys ever heard the saying that says, there literally is no place like home? No matter where you go, I feel that we always have that feeling and that sense, that urgency to go back home and spend time with our loved ones, with our family members. Well, thank you so much for sharing a little bit of background. I know there's probably so much more to it, but thank you for highlighting that because it is really important. And saludos a toda la familia que nos está viendo aquí con la doctora Maria Morales. I did have a question, and I think that our viewers will probably have this question also. What was your motivation to continue with higher education?
It's such a good question, and one that I like to speak to, especially to younger people or older folks who want to go back to school. At the end of the day, my motivation was really personal. I mean, sure, I had the thoughts of wanting to have a good job. Right, I grew up in a migrant family, farm working family. Most of my family are still laboring in the fields, orchards. I worked in warehouses. I know all of that, right? And I definitely was motivated to pursue post-secondary education because I wanted a different job, right? And I didn't know what it meant to have a career because folks in my family, as a first-generation student, a lot of people don't have careers, right? They have jobs, right? So that was a motivation, but the biggest, or the heart of that was. It was my family. It was, to make change, to bring change to communities, to see the ways that my family has worked so hard, right? All the sacrifices, and I know a lot of us immigrants, and I'm an immigrant myself, but I'm also a daughter and granddaughter of immigrants, so they have also had their own journeys, crossing borders, coming out here to, I know my grandfather, before he decided to settle out here, he was coming back and forth to work in the fields all around the country, right? So he was a guest worker, and so we've been contributing, right, in so many different ways. So it was their stories and that journey that was a motivation to me to bring more opportunities to my family, to inspire others and siblings and cousins, but also other members of our community to seek more opportunities. There's nothing wrong with the sort of work our family does. It's beautiful. There's a lot of dignity to that work, but it's also really important that we open more opportunities, and if we choose to go that direction, if we want to have different opportunities, we should be able to. So I was inspired and motivated to do something bigger, right? To give back to my family, to give back to my community.
And I can only imagine how happy and proud your family is seeing you and everything that you've done, all of your accomplishments, because at the end of the day, your accomplishments are their accomplishments as well. And they feel that feeling of happiness, a proud moment for themselves, seeing everything that you've done. You mentioned a lot about giving back to the community and community work. What is your experience and what has that looked like for you in the past and in the current position where you are right now?
Great question. You know, I think that, that looks differently for different people. For me, it has been using, what that has meant for me is, you know, you use what you know, you use the tools, as I know that going through school, both my bachelor's degree at Eastern and my doctorate at WSU, and all the other experiences that I had because I was on that journey, from studying abroad to meeting people that I would have never met had I not taken that path. All of that has given me a sort of access and knowledge and tools that other people don't have the opportunity to, right? And they don't have. So, and it's not that people make good or bad choices, it's not like that, right? And it's not that some people work harder than others, and it's not like that, right? Some of us just have mentors, right, and people that give us the extra support. And so for me, giving back means using those tools, using that knowledge and that information that I know that I have because of those opportunities to share back. Right, to now work with an adult who has just yesterday I was supporting parents who want their kids to go to school, but they don't know how to fill the FAFSA application, right? And it is such a simple, it is kind of it's a long process, but it's not a very complicated process, but you don't know, you don't have access to that sort of information, you just, you get stuck, right? So giving back is using the knowledge that I have, right, and the tools that I have, and using those and sharing them with others, right? Whether that's my family, whether that's helping my cousins in their own applications, giving them information about, well, what is a bachelor's degree and what is the next and what do I need to do? Whether it's that or in the work that I do, right? My volunteer work, or also just being there for individuals. And currently in my position, so as you introduced me, I am recently made this shift from higher education, where I've been for a long time, to now working in nonprofits. So my current position is program manager at CAFE, which is an amazing local organization, the Community for the Advancement of Family Education. And in that position, as a program manager, I'm helping support programs and develop the different coordinators and the system so they all have what they need to have successful programming. But it is also, I see it as also a giving back, right? Giving the access that I've had, the knowledge, and not that I'm the most knowledgeable person. There's so much forms of knowledge. Lived experience is an important form of knowledge, not just the academic experience, right? But I think that I've learned different things in my journey that I can now use to help and assist others who maybe are beginning in their professional journeys, or have the heart and the passion, but just don't know how to do it, right? And most of the time, it also means that I have to listen and hear, because I really don't know it all. And most of the folks that work in organizations like CAFE or other nonprofits, they have a lot of lived experiences that are super valuable, right? They may not have the idea of how to run the one thing meeting, but they know the knowledge. And so giving back also means that you are humble enough to continue to see yourself as a learner, and you're learning from the people that you're working with.
I love that response, especially the ending where he says to be humble enough. You can never stop learning. There's always somebody that you can learn from. And by the way, congratulations on your career change. CAFE is a wonderful organization that is a local nonprofit here in Wenatchee. And I see and I hear a lot of help that's coming out from CAFE, especially to our community, to our only Spanish speakers. And it's amazing. And I'm sure that it will be a wonderful change for you, and that you'll be able to make a huge difference within the organization, with the staff, but also to everybody that is looking for help, is looking for somebody trustworthy. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to have you on the show. I would like it, if you are okay with this, I would love to speak to our Spanish audience now in Spanish and introduce you. Would that be okay with you?
Completamente, gracias.
Bueno, el día de hoy le damos la gran bienvenida a la doctora María Morales. Ella es, como se puede decir, si lo han escuchado antes, un orgullo hispano, una persona a la que realmente puedes ver con una confianza, con seguridad, una persona muy desarrollada en varios temas, diplomas en educación superior y hoy está aquí en el programa con nosotros y quiero que me ayuden a darle una cálida bienvenida y que se presente. ¿Cómo estás, doctora María Morales?
Pues muchas gracias y gracias a todos y a todas que nos están escuchando y la oportunidad de hablar en español. Esto es, como estaba mencionando anteriormente, aquí hay muchos cambios en el Valle y creo que uno de esos es el que estamos de organizaciones o individuos tratando de ofrecer más oportunidades para conectarnos con nuestra comunidad que habla español, nuestra comunidad inmigrante, nuestra comunidad latina, hispana, como quieran decirles, ¿no? Entonces, sí, pues muchas gracias por la invitación y pues sí, orgullosa de estar aquí nuevamente en el Valle, aquí en Wenatchee. Pues el Valle para mí es todo, ¿no? Todo el Wenatchee Valley, de mis abuelos y mi mamá vive en Cashmere, desde Peshastin, Cashmere, todo para mí es el Valle, todo esto es lo que yo considero casa y como mencioné anteriormente, yo pues aquí me recibí de la high school, de Cashmere High School. Solamente asistí 2 años porque yo crecí en California. Emigré de México, de Michoacán, California. De ahí mi mamá dijo, necesitamos un cambio. Y nos mudamos para el estado de Washington, por donde está la familia de mi mamá. Todos saludos a la familia Sánchez.
Saludos a la familia Sánchez.
Que están todos acá, la mayoría pues de ellos. Y pues por eso nos mudamos para acá. Para pues intentar nuevamente o buscar otras oportunidades. Me recibí de la Cashmere High School. Yo estudié en la Universidad de Eastern en una licenciatura en sociología y después decidí tomar el camino directamente a un doctorado, que seguramente dicen, ¿qué es eso? Pero es el nivel más alto, el título más alto que uno puede recibir, ¿no? Después de una maestría hasta un doctorado en la Universidad de Washington State en Pullman. Entonces de ahí pues tuve diferentes carreras o trabajos en universidades distintas y todas en las universidades. Siempre trabajé en universidad de coordinadora, de diferentes puestos hasta que llegué a The Evergreen State College en Olympia, donde ahí trabajé 5 años de profesora. Un trabajo muy bonito, me encanta la enseñanza. Pero recientemente me dieron ganas de regresar aquí y se abrió una oportunidad que me permitió regresar y ahora pues están abriendo oportunidades porque mi deseo es quedarme aquí, seguir pasando tiempo con mi familia y seguir conociendo todo lo que hay aquí en nuestra comunidad.
Pues muchas gracias. La doctora Morales, ella se quedó, ella está aquí, llegó para quedarse, como dicen, y la verdad, muchas felicidades. Son contadas las personas que yo sé, no solamente que hablan español, sino también personas de inglés que tienen un doctorado, que tienen esas ganas, esa confianza, esa seguridad de continuar con la educación y ser constante, ¿no? En sus estudios. Es muy bonito lo que estás haciendo, de verdad te admiro mucho porque tú quieres regresar a la comunidad un poco de lo que tú has aprendido, que es bastante. Como te digo, eres un orgullo hispano. Yo quería hacerte esa invitación para que las personas de la comunidad te conozcan y darte una cálida bienvenida aquí al programa. Es una meta que dijiste muy importante. Queremos abrir las puertas para las personas que hablen español, para que sean más involucradas en los temas importantes que pasan aquí en el Valle. Y bueno, con eso ya terminamos esta entrevista. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Es un honor. Aquí tenemos a la doctora María Morales. And to that, we conclude this interview. Thank you so much to Dr. María Morales for being on the show, and we will see you guys soon.
Thank you so much. Gracias.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Have you been to Boswell's Furniture lately?
Yes, Boswell's has an expansive 2-story showroom filled with so many great choices for our living room, dining room, and bedroom.
Did you know that Boswell sells directly from their store inventory, so we wouldn't have to wait to get our new furniture?
Yes, plus Boswell's has free local delivery and complimentary design service to help us with the layout and fabric choices.
No waiting and amazing customer service. I mean, why would we go anywhere else?
Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
At Coldwell Banker, their people, their company are cut from a different cloth. They see, hear, sense, and feel things that other people don't. They have a unique appreciation for the thing called home. Because of this dedication, Coldwell Banker has thrived for over a century. This is why they are ranked #1 on agent trust. Coldwell Banker. They do real estate with higher standards and have been guiding people home since 1906.
Welcome back, and thank you so much to everybody for staying on with us until the end of the show now. Remember, you are watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel. I'm Jazmin Sanchez, and in case you missed our segment from yesterday, we want to do a little bit of a replay because yesterday was Thursday, and that's Pause for Pets. So we are going to watch a short video of our friends from the Humane Society to see which dogs are available at the moment for adoption.
My name is Pamela Nelly. I'm the Development Director at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and today I'm here with Abigail and Squishmallow. And these little girls came in as strays about a week ago. They're 7 months old, and as you can see, they are absolutely the sweetest little dogs you could ever hope to meet. They likely might be sisters. They do not have to be adopted together. They would do well going each to their own home. They're just sweet and kind and just full of love and absolutely crazy about sausage. So we're not entirely sure of the breed of Abigail and Squishmallow because they came in as strays, but there's probably some pit bull in there. They are very well behaved, very calm and very sweet dogs. They don't appear to know sit, but that was a lucky one. So maybe they learn really quickly. That was perfect. Good girl, Abigail. Good girl. Good girl. I will say that Squishmallow is incredibly fussy about her treats and so far has refused everything except the sausage. So if Squishmallow is the one that you're thinking, oh my gosh, she could be such a beautiful addition to my family, you'll need lots of sausage. So we don't know how they would do with other dogs, but you're always welcome if you have a dog in the house already to bring them down to do a meet and greet. And we don't know how they would be with cats. So that would be something that you would just have to bear in mind if you were considering adopting either Squishmallow or Abigail. The great thing is that both Abigail and Squishmallow have been spayed. So they are ready to go home the day you come here and fall in love with them. You can take them right home with you. So if you want to meet Squishmallow or Abigail, come on down to the Humane Society. We're open from 11 to 6, Thursday through Tuesday. If you have dogs in the home and you want to see how they get along well, if they would get along well with these two ladies, you can make an appointment and bring your dog down to do a meet and greet. And we're really hoping that these lovely, lovely lassies find their home in the next week here and fill somebody else's heart with love and eat all your sausage.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Well, there you have it, Pause for Pets. If you are looking for a pet, if you're looking for a dog, please visit our friends from the Humane Society because those pets need a lot of love and a good home to go to. Now, we would like to do a recap of the 7-day weather forecast in case you were not with us at the beginning of the segment. Let's go ahead and see what the weather holds for us for the next couple of days. We're looking at the 7-day weather forecast, and for today, it looks like we are supposed to have warm weather, but do we really have warm weather today, or is it cloudy? We're supposed to have a highs of 47 degrees in temperature today, which is the highest the temperature has been for the past several weeks. We should expect still to see foggy weather outside. Otherwise, partly sunny with a high near of 47 and light and variable wind. For tonight, partly cloudy with a low of around 35 degrees, northwest winds from 3 to 6 miles an hour. For Saturday, partly sunny with a high of 45 degrees, northwest winds around 6 miles per hour. For Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a low of around 34 degrees and northwest winds to 3 to 5 miles per hour. For Sunday, we are expecting a 30% chance of rain. We do see some sunny and cloudy weather for Sunday, a 30% chance of rain, patchy foggy before 9 a.m., snow level at 2,200 feet, otherwise partly sunny with a high near 41. Sunday night, we have a 30% chance of rain after 4 a.m. Patchy foggy between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Snow level at 2,200 feet. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with a low around 34. For Monday, we are expecting a 30% chance of rain with high temperature of 41 and 34 degrees low temperature during the evening. For Tuesday, we have 20% chance of rain before 10 a.m. and snow level at 1,900 feet, rising to 24 feet in the afternoon. Partly sunny with a high near of 33. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 31, and Wednesday, partly sunny with a high near of 42 degrees, and in the evening, lows of 29 degrees in temperature. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Thursday. Snow level at 1,200 feet, rising to 1,700 feet in the afternoon. Mostly sunny with a high near of 41. The chance of precipitation is at 20%, and we are expected to have a low temperature of 30. The temperatures are definitely taking on a spike, and that brings me great happiness. I am ready for some warm weather for this coming up days. Now, we are taking a slight shift right now in the show, and we will be making some announcements for the weather in Spanish. Para el pronóstico del clima, y muchas gracias por estar viéndonos en el programa de Despierta al Valle de Wenatchee. Tenemos el pronóstico del clima por los próximos 7 días aquí de la semana. Para hoy, que ya estamos en viernes, tenemos entre las 9 y 10 de la mañana parcialmente soleado, también se ve un poquito nubloso, y tenemos una temperatura máxima de 47 grados, bajando a los 35 grados hoy por la noche, mínimo 35, y viento del noreste de 3 a 6 millas por hora. Para el sábado, parcialmente soleado y el máximo clima alrededor de 45, viento del noreste alrededor de 6 millas por hora. Ya sábado por la noche se espera que tendremos clima mayormente nublado y mínimo de temperatura por 34 y viento del noreste de 3 a 5 millas. Ya para el domingo tenemos una probabilidad de 30% de lluvia, niebla irregular antes de las 9 de la mañana. Nivel de nieve está en 2,200 pies, sino parcialmente soleado, y el máximo temperatura es a 41 grados y esperamos tener viento ligero hacia el noreste. Ya el domingo por la noche tenemos una probabilidad de 30% de lluvia con temperaturas máximas de 41 grados y una temperatura más baja de 34. Para el lunes estamos esperando 30% probabilidad de lluvia, principalmente entre las 10 de la mañana y las 4 de la tarde. Nivel de nieve está en 2,300 pies. Contamos con mayormente nublina y la máxima temperatura alrededor de 41. Ya el lunes por la noche, poca probabilidad de lluvia antes de las 10 de la noche y luego poca probabilidad de lluvia después de las 4 de la mañana. Nivel de nieve está en 2,500 pies y esperamos tener un clima mayormente nublado y el mínimo de temperatura alrededor de 34. La probabilidad de precipitación es de 20% y el martes una probabilidad de 20% de lluvia antes de las 10 de la mañana. Cota de nieve 1,900 pies que aumentará a 2,400 pies por la tarde y contamos con un clima parcialmente soleado y máximo alrededor de 43. Ya para el martes por la noche, mayormente nublado y un clima, una temperatura de 31 grados. Miércoles esperamos tener un clima parcialmente soleado y máximo alrededor de 42. Como puede ver, las temperaturas están subiendo gradualmente y ya contamos con un clima más caliente, ya no está tan frío y tampoco no estamos teniendo nada de nieve ahorita, solamente clima nublado o con un poco poco de lluvia. Miércoles por la noche una probabilidad de 10% de nieve, nivel de nieve 1900 pies, medio nublado y mínimo alrededor de 29. Ya para el jueves, nivel de nieve 1200 pies y la temperatura máxima sería de 41 grados y la temperatura más baja sería de 30 grados. Les quiero dar las gracias por acompañarme en esta semana y ser parte del programa de Despierta de Valle de Wenatchee. Ojalá que hayan disfrutado las entrevistas de esta semana y la entrevista que acabamos de ver con la doctora María Morales Sánchez. Now, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody for staying with us for this entire show. And I also want to give a huge thank you for everybody that has watched me on this show this week. It has been so much fun hosting you guys for this week. And I hope that everybody's excited about Groundhog's Day. It is early spring. I personally could not be happier, so I really hope that everybody's happier. And I hope that you did enjoy the previous conversation that we had with Doctora María Morales Sanchez. If you guys see her out in the community or anybody that we interviewed this week, please say hello to them. They are individuals that are local. They are from our valley, and they are working towards bettering our community and actually putting in the work and wanting to help others. Now, coming up for next week, we will be having our Apple Blossom candidate interviews, and they are starting on Monday and are expected to be on air from Monday to Friday. So if you guys have any interest in watching those interviews, please join us on Monday at 7 a.m. Remember, you can watch us live on ncwlive.com through the live TV option, YouTube, Facebook, or you can also download our app. I'm Jazmin Sanchez. You are watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Hello, North Central Washington, and welcome to Networked. I'm your host, Jenny Rojanasatian, Executive Director of NCW Tech Alliance. I'm here today to introduce you to a pair of creative maestros who are instrumental in shaping compelling brand identities and elevating digital presence in our local community. Today's episodes, we're going to be exploring the world of design and multimedia creation with two extraordinary local business owners. First up, we have Elena Payne, the principal and owner of Audience, a boutique creative agency based right here in the Wenatchee Valley. With almost 2 decades of experience